So let me try my little camera switchy thing over here. All right.
What camera are we on now? You had it.
Well, I'm over here.
Hey.
So check this
Look
out.
over there.
So hello everybody on Facebook. We are at 3 places on Facebook: the RV Small Talk page, RV Small Talk community, and also on Princess Crafts Facebook. And also, hey, shout out to you on the YouTube channel if you're watching there. We are the RV Small Talk team. We make a near weekly podcast, the RV Small Talk podcast. I'm Clint.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm PJ, and thank you for joining us. That sounds so...
It
I
sounds
know.
very
I'm in the.
podcasty.
That is what we say every week.
So, if you are joining us for this podcast or for this live chat, whatever we're doing today, if you're joining us, let us know you're here by telling us in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, here in Texas or much further away. We welcome you all here. So let us know where you're from down in the comments. If you're on Facebook, you can always hit that thumbs up or the heart or whatever. It'll go floating across the screen and it'll be all
We love those
exciting
hearts.
and
I
encouraging
know.
for us.
So nice to see.
So, as always, chime in with your thoughts about anything that we might be talking about. And if you have questions for us, go ahead and put them again in the comments because it'll eventually update on my screen over here. And if we see it, we'll be able to speak to whatever you have. So ask the questions if you have them. So there we are. How's everyone doing?
It's Friday at noon. I'm doing great. It feels like the end of a really long week for some reason.
Yeah.
But guys, we work on Saturdays, so it's
Yeah,
really
but it's
Thursday.
still, Friday feels better.
Friday feels like Thursday.
That's true. And, I thought about why does it feel like such a long week this week?
Mhm.
And I think it's because not only are we slowing down because we don't have much to sell, but we're also slowing down because it's the holidays. So we don't get as many calls, we don't get as many visitors, and we've been going so fast for so long, it just kind of feels different.
Yeah, so if you've been paying attention to the industry at all, not having much to sell hasn't slowed down these sales. It's a strange dynamic, but
That's true.
we typically have in stock, units that you could come personally see, put your hands on, walk in. We usually have more than 200 units on hand. Is that about right?
Right, yeah.
Typical. But for the past 3, 4, maybe even 5 months, on hand units that are not sold on the premises has been closer to 10 or 15.
Yeah.
And so,
So whatever you came to see most likely isn't here. Very strange dynamic that we've been dealing with.
The Hewards,
Heward,
from soon to be snowy. Snow. We can't even begin to fathom what that's like.
I don't know.
It's like, I don't know. How hot do you think it is outside right now?
it's going to
it's
be
been in the
80.
80s.
And it's December 11.
Now it's 40
Yeah.
when we wake up, but then it's 80. So we've had this huge swing. Now next week, it's only going to get up to 60 during the day.
which will
I don't
feel about right for December here in Texas, especially if it's overcast and rainy.
It's been hot even for Texas, though,
Yeah.
for December.
And-
Yeah.
It's been kind of crazy.
And Mike, I have to tell you, my husband bought Kona coffee this week. He said the Peaberry was too expensive. So I'm going to have to buy it myself. Okay? That's just the world I live in, so I'll try that coffee.
Kona
maybe.
Coffee is the brand of coffee that we talked about last week that he did in the his Aeropress?
No, it's the Peaberry, I think.
Peaberry.
Tanzanian Peaberry.
Okay.
So
okay.
I said, no, I want anyway, big discussion at home trying to figure out the next greatest coffee. So we'll keep checking it out. No, don't send me some.
See what you've started.
Oh, but I tell you what, I will get there. I'll let you know when I get there, Mike. I promise.
So, PJ, it's really, I understand, it's hard to peel your eyes away from the monitor down here because that's what we
I
assume
know,
is-
you want me to look
But
at
Mike
the
is right
camera.
there.
I know. But then I
There's
can't
Mike.
see what Mike's saying. Hi, Mike.
Oh, we got Angela.
It's hard to
on.
teach old dogs new tricks, right?
Yeah. So, so back to a previous conversation
Downtown
is,
ATX.
we have been selling, but we've been selling futures
Yeah,
if you will.
it feels like, I mean, now I kind of know what a stockbroker or somebody might feel like.
You kept
or-
saying at the beginning of this, like, it feels like we're just selling dreams.
We're
Like,
selling dreams, and we are. I
Right.
hope
one
And we're
day
delivering them.
you'll
It's
have
just that,
this.
yeah, we're selling
slow.
not yet made trailers and truck campers. They are coming in. The manufacturers are actually putting them together, putting them on trucks and shipping them to us. But it's a little bit more like what I remember. You know, you always you had to buy something, or even through the JCPenney's catalog or whatever, and you had to live with that anticipation for weeks. You know,
And now
that's-
it's months.
And now it's months.
So I was
and-
just about to say, do you think 20 years ago people would have thought it was crazy to buy something as big and expensive as an RV without ever seeing it?
Absolutely.
I think so.
And now it's like,
Well, you used to
people
be
are
able to
just
buy
like,
them. Couldn't you buy not just kits and all that, but actual RVs through the Sears catalog? So you would have to wait.
You could buy houses
Right, a house
from
kit.
the Sears catalog in the early 1900s. However,
we're not talking about like
yeah,
20 years ago.
However, there wasn't, for rural people, there wasn't a whole lot of options. There wasn't, you don't look up a home builder, so that's different. But do you remember when Carvana started?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
everybody said, that's nuts. That's crazy.
I mean, they have a
I
car
didn't think it was
vending
crazy.
machine.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Drive
fun.
through Austin. It's very cool. Very cool. And, you know, so many people are going that route. Car
Liz.
dealerships are starting to do it. It's just the world has changed. And the RV selling will get there as well. I think we're going to see a lot more of that this coming year because we just can't do business as usual for a lot of reasons. We're going to be talking more about kind of the ups and downs parts of the RV industry. We'll be talking about that on the podcast this week, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have learned a lot this week talking to people about what's happening in their corner of the RV world if you're not a dealership. So,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, so did you check that one out? Deb, it says here in the Mitten State. Let me put that back up there.
We camped for 8 days, had 4 inches of snow, 25-degree lows, and rain, sunshine for 1 day. Blink once and the weather changed. Grand Design 22 RBE
Yeah.
and loving the RV life.
Oh,
Sweet.
that sounds wonderful.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
And then, yes, I saw your deposit on the Terra Oasis. If you guys haven't
Angela.
seen this new trailer by Intech, you guys need to check it out. It's stunning. It's something else.
So if you're watching and you haven't yet checked out the Intech Terra Oasis, it was just a newly released model, and it hasn't been, no one's received one yet.
No.
But
We
That
should
we
get
know
one
of.
soon.
keep your eyes peeled because sometime in
But we
this
don't know
month
when.
they should
It's
leave
a
the
mystery.
factory and arrive at dealerships and go to new owners. So
We're all excited
up.
about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. So very, very good. So what were we kind of thinking we'd banter about a little bit today? Was I think it was something along the lines of when you're in between point A and point B with your family in your tow vehicle driving, what do you do to keep everyone satisfied, happy, chill, and whatnot? So do you have
Yeah.
ideas?
Well, you know, there's always ideas. We're thinking that so many new RVers, and if you've got a new RV, you're going to want to go visit someone in it or go camping. And, you know, that's always the tough part is getting there.
Yeah.
It is
Uh,
tough.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've done it with you've done these trips with people small to large. You traveled with kids, you did camped with kids and all that, and then they grew up and then they became adults. But somewhere in the teen years, it had to have been tough.
Oh, you know what? It's teen years. I find traveling are the easiest.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, because they just
don't
put their
want-
headphones on and like
they
sleep.
don't want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to you at
Ah.
home. They don't want to talk to you in the car. They don't want to talk to you in the yard. They don't want to talk. So
Sound like a
traveling-
Dr. Seuss book.
I was trying to think how to make it that way. I suck at rhyming. So teenagers, they decide what they're going to do. They're mad at you probably for taking them on a 4-hour ride.
Mhm.
They're not looking forward to it. So they just sulk in the back seat.
Yeah.
I found that to be the easiest. The hardest part is when you have young children who are busy, nervous, active, and they're sitting in a car seat for a long time. Or when you have adults who all have different opinions, and every hour someone wants to stop to eat, stop to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
or go sightseeing, or not go sightseeing, or walk around, or change seats, or oh my god.
Yeah, when they're little, you can just tell them what to do.
You
right?
just
we're
tell 'em.
stopping here. We're eating here. We're not stopping there.
Yeah.
we have like control. But yeah, once they have opinions,
I don't know.
Yes.
Mine are ages 5 and 2, and I would like to think, yes, I ultimately get to make that decision without much discussion, but there's discussion, and there's mutiny.
no.
On when to stop.
I mean,
So I bet you guys, if there's just two of you, even you have differences on when you stop, when to pull over and eat, or do you drive straight through? I mean, that's always an issue no matter what. But entertaining other people in the car, the hardest part I think is young kids.
okay, so Lindsay, do you have any ideas on things that you do? I'm sure you got some creativity.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, my favorite thing to do on a road trip is Benadryl.
Haha!
I'm just kidding. Don't
Oh.
call CPS.
But only sort of kidding.
No. Actually, my 5-year-old is really good at coming up with games in the car. So actually, most of the things that we do in the car, I didn't even initiate. Like he did.
Okay.
He's come up with all the general games that most kids play. Like we'll play the cloud game where you guess what the clouds look like. We'll play the rhyming game where you have to rhyme words. And like the games have kind of progressed. Like they started like, okay, what I'm gonna say a word and you tell me what it starts with, what letter it starts with. But now we're on to like way more complicated games. Like he'll just say, all right, Mama, I got a game. You find one house and then 3 trees and then 2 blue cars and then you win a medal.
That's complicated.
Yeah.
Well,
So we play those games a lot where he just tells me what to find and I find it. We play I Spy and stuff.
But your children like to talk all the time.
Yes.
And they need constant attention.
Yes. And you know, they have, well, one of them has an iPad.
I want that song. It's just.
And then I
yeah.
turn the radio off. Yeah,
So-
but I mean, my kids, I guess, are little
They're
weirdos.
busy.
Yeah. So I literally just talk to them constantly in the car and
Okay.
we just make up games.
Okay, yeah.
I'm hoping to get to like the iPad, watch a movie and chill out
Sure.
age, but right now we're just not there.
But
Yeah.
if it's all adults who are listening in the car, don't you just listen to the radio or just chat?
Well, yeah, so
hours on end.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. if I
There's
was by
radio.
myself.
There's radio. There's streaming services like Spotify and all that. But there's podcasts. There's audio books and things
Audio.
like that.
I forgot those
Audiobooks,
exist.
I think are
I
awesome.
love them. I love them.
I love them too.
I find that-
So, what's your favorite audiobook?
Well, I don't.
What's your last one?
Uh,
Like, do you do the mystery ones?
it's,
Do you do
to be
the
honest,
stories?
I love them, but it's been a little while since I've done an audiobook because I've been on podcasts for so long. Because I've been doing podcasts for the last 2 years.
Maybe
primarily.
podcast took over from audiobooks.
It's to my brain, it operates the same way. It engages my mind better than music. Music will actually lull me, and I'll get lost in my thoughts. You know, you have that theater of the mind going on. You're driving, but you're in your headspace. So it's mostly podcasts for me because I can actually engage differently. So, but my kids love anything that is drawing or coloring, and my daughter is doing this finger knitting thing lately. And
Oh,
we just
cool.
have these really long strings because it's all on your hands. You're just weaving on your hands.
Okay,
and
so
it-
tell me what that's like. So you have a like a string that you weave on your fingers, and then you pull them over and
Yep.
keep knitting.
That's it. So you go, you I don't know if you tie it off, but you go weave it through your fingers, and you circle back, and then you take that lower level, and you flip it over, and that causes a slight weave or not.
And then you do it
and
again.
you come back the other way, and you do it again, and you just keep that process, and eventually you have this long thin because it's only 4 fingers.
4 little fingers.
Yeah, I asked her if she wanted to use her toes because then we could really get somewhere. But yeah, but that creates this fantastic thing. All right, let's see what Mike says. Mike says, "Oh, that's kind of like having a kid, right? Having a poodle." And they might get gripey a little bit, a little restless. So yeah, it's kind of like having that back seat.
Now, is this a big poodle or a little poodle?
But that's a good idea, Mike. Like saving special podcasts or like travel related content for the road, like when
Maybe
you're on your way
looking
for the
for
trip.
new
So
ones.
it's kind of like exciting and something you look forward to listening to.
Uh-huh.
You're on your way to camp and you get to.
I think this is Green Lights is the title of an audiobook. Liz, is that correct?
Ah.
Is that what I'm seeing there? I think it is.
Not for kids.
Not for kids.
My kids wouldn't listen to an audiobook of Dr. Seuss. They'd be like, nope, he's not singing.
So, and there, of course, they're kid songs because your kids are about the same age as mine.
Hailing Taquitos,
Hailing Taquitos,
Raining
What?
Tacos,
Raining Tacos,
what's
Pancake Robot,
Pancake Robot, the ultimate favorite.
Quesadilla Explosion.
I mean, yeah. There's
does all those songs?
Potato Dog.
Oh yeah. A guy named Perry Grip.
Don't look it up, guys.
No, do look it up.
Don't
You're going
do
to
it.
find out that he actually has written things like he wrote the theme song for Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
Nailed
the television
it.
show.
Yeah, he did.
Way back when.
And
now
he
he's
also
a
wrote
kid song.
Hailing Taquitos.
Yeah.
And Pancake Robot, which
Yes.
is, yeah, even I know Pancake Robot.
Well,
We maybe listen to it in the office sometimes. All right, we're getting a little too personal.
Deb, do you stop every 3 hours? Do you like just schedule it? Or, I mean, I'm just not that. If I say, oh, I'm driving and every 3 hours we'll stop, it's been 3 hours, let's stop, stretch our legs.
You just need to drink more water, and then you're
I'm
gonna
just-
stop every 3 hours.
Well, first of all, I generally can't make it 3 hours without stopping. But if I can, I'm sleeping. But I'm just not that scheduled.
Uh-huh.
Some people are really scheduled, so that works for you.
okay.
That's a different way to do it. It's a little tog.
a little dog, not
little
Tog.
dog. Little 400.
Yeah, he has a 400. He has a little dog. He has a little 400.
Sorry. Slow. I got it.
So Clint, what do you do with your kids in the car?
So there's the hand weaving and the silly songs and all that. There's always spot a cow, and
Oh.
and make the noise of whatever you see.
Hey moo or hey cow?
Yeah.
Will you yell hey cow
Yeah.
and then you count how many turn around and look at you?
Yeah. Now there's a few things I've been thinking of. I don't know if kids do the whole get the 18-wheeler to honk its horn thing as much, but I think that we need to bring that back.
Well, I've read.
I think we need to bring back Hey Cow. That was so much fun.
Oh, hey cow is back. We play it all the time.
Do you?
But I recently read an article, and I have no idea the validity of this article, but an article saying that truck drivers actually miss kids doing that. But then people stopped because truck drivers seemed annoyed and it seemed dangerous in some sense.
Find a good open stretch of road and let the kids rip.
Oh,
So I
gosh.
actually taught
Yeah.
Hawk to do that the other day.
Yeah?
Just because I saw a truck and I thought about that article and I was like, oh, let's see. But it didn't, I mean.
No success?
work.
No, but we only tried once, so we'll go seek out somewhere 18
You need a taller car.
Yeah.
They can't see you.
They probably can't see those kids. It's true.
We could raise your vehicle up or something like. So there's that. Did you ever play Highway Bingo, where you had those little
Yes.
cards and you had to look for?
We had like dry erase, I think, like dry erase ones that you mark off.
Yeah. So I definitely played that as a kid. I don't know that I think Charlotte could definitely do that. Everett would probably eat the card, which would be entertainment, and he'd be satisfied for a little while.
And then you like take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah.
We played the radio game. Do you
Yes.
remember the radio game?
Yeah, I still play the radio game with myself. No, it's a good challenge. You just all you do is push shuffle on your radio. Scan.
Yeah.
I'm in Spotify land.
I know.
Push scan, and then you're in the car with a bunch of people, and you have to just name the artist before it switches songs.
Nobody
And
in
then
my
you get,
family
like, a
would be
point.
good at that.
Well, I would not be good at it anymore. Like, just shuffle like the 5 stations I listen to, because I don't know any songs anymore on the radio. The oldie stations are all gone.
it was perfect when we were all there because
Yeah.
if it was country, one person would know it. If it was oldies, then Richard and I would know it. If it was current, then kids would know it. So it kind of evened out as it went through, and then we'd get to the, the
Classical, and we'd all just yell
And
out
we'd all
Mozart
laugh.
every time.
Mozart every time.
Sometimes we'd get it right.
The easy listening
Yeah,
stations, the
yeah.
gentle giant.
There you go.
all kinds of things.
Yeah, that's what my mom had me listen to, was the easy listening gentle giant station.
Oh, my
And on long road
goodness.
trips, she was like, had her kids, my sister and I, directing John Philip Sousa marches in the
What?
back seat.
What? I grew up.
I'm
with
okay,
that.
y'all. I'm okay. My childhood was strange.
But how are your arms?
Well, eventually they got too long, so threw me off beat when I was running into the window. But whatever.
Ridiculous.
Well, I grew up with AM radio talk shows.
Uh huh.
Of course, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
But that was all there was, and you couldn't get, like, if you got out of town, there was nothing else but
Was
AM
it like
talk shows.
just like was it kind of what I know of as talk shows, or was it kind of the they had a scripted show like Aliens, Invaders from Space?
Have you
sort of
ever
thing?
tried to watch an old movie like from the 60s or 70s and a Doris Day movie? And while it's classic, it is so slow. Well, talk radio was slow too. And it was talk radio, and they talk about politics, they would talk about the price of corn, they would talk about
The price of corn.
whatever, but
eat that
it was
cornbread.
not interesting podcast radio. This was talk radio that moved so slowly.
Yeah, but it engaged the adults' minds. Like
I don't.
Your parents must have been listening
Their
for a
mind
reason.
went, but things went slower. So
Okay.
maybe it didn't engage their minds. I remember just thinking, "Oh my gosh, how long can they talk about this?"
Yeah, so it's
course.
NPR radio theater. I think that's more of what I'm thinking of, where they had a show and they had a few sound engineers that like did the sounds. Like you're walking in this cold breeze, and you have people on the microphone going, making the wind noises.
Oh, that would be fun.
would like
those whole
that.
radio shows.
I want
What
that
is
job.
what is the radio show that used to be, or may still be out there?
Yeah, it's definitely still a thing.
What is it?
Lake.
No.
Yeah, but that's where they were. It's not the name of the show, but.
Do you know what I'm talking? Y'all
Yeah,
help
yeah,
us
yeah,
out.
The radio hour. It was on-
We're all going blank here.
It's called Lake. I mean, that's not what it's called, but it'll make me think of it.
yeah, but it's changed. He left, and now it's
And
Chris
now
Thiele.
it's Chris Thiele, which is actually amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard it since then?
I heard it like when Chris Thiele first took over, but that was a good over a year ago.
We still can't remember the name of what we're talking about.
We do try to keep the 3-hour stop, mapping out a rest area if possible. We always have enough water on board.
I
already
love the
back.
fact that you're prepared.
Greyhound Companion.
I love it. Thank
There it
you.
is.
Yeah, Mike.
Thank you. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
For us.
But now that it's
I'm
Chris
holding
Thiele,
it. I'm just not drinking it. Okay.
yeah. Now there's Chris Thiele is called Live from Here.
Oh,
Well, no wonder.
well, that's stupid. Why'd they change the name of it?
Because it's Chris Thiele.
Yeah, but okay. Well,
Anyways,
Well, it was fun. So
now
that
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
All right, there you go.
take that.
Yeah.
NPR Radio Theater. I'll have to check it out.
So what else do you guys do? What else kind of keeps the miles going and the people, the natives happy, people entertained, satisfied, and things like that? We need maybe some more ideas.
Are you going places now, or are you staying home? Anybody got holiday trips? I don't know. We're hearing of a lot of people who say they're going places, but it's not like they're just going to visit family. I haven't seen a lot of that slow down, actually, from in talking to customers. They're still traveling to see family, even with COVID. So that's been interesting.
Yeah. Now, maybe this is part of our neck of the woods kind of thing. I will go see my in-laws and all that, but I'm not going into a city or more populated area. I'm going to see people who never see people.
Who never go anywhere.
Yeah, and they're on their ranches and all that. So in our neck of the woods, you're going to hear more of that. People are going to see the older
think?
folks and
Yeah.
out of town in the boonies who don't have much contact anyways.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, I don't know. We won't be going anywhere. We'll be staying right here, doing what we always do. I get to take a day off for Christmas, and then we'll be right back here helping all the people that wander in. I wonder if we'll have more people or less people.
Well, the Thanksgiving break gave us more. I don't know. We had quite a few people here on the
We
Thanksgiving
did at
break.
the Thanksgiving break. I wonder if this will be different. I wonder if people will still be out shopping like they used to. I don't know.
What do y'all think?
Usually the Friday after
Yeah.
Christmas, we're swamped.
I would say we don't really know what to expect this year, so anyone's guess is as good as anyone else's. But what do you think? Do you think that a dealership like ours will see more foot traffic during this holiday, even with more lockdowns probably looming?
And the RV gear that most people buy for Christmas, it's selling out online.
Or hard to get.
A lot of places, it's
Yeah.
hard to get. So people must be buying RV gifts.
Yeah, we still have our last live, in case you missed it, had like a whole list of RV related gifts and cool gadgets and stuff like that. And I think we linked to all of them in the live and on the RV Small Talk like website, rvsmalltalk.com, in case you're looking for a last minute something. All the links are right there, make it super easy.
And a lot of people have, well, a few people have told us there's some things that are now sold out that you can't get. So,
Yeah, even some of those,
Some
yeah,
tough
those
to find.
Nebo tools that we showed last
Yeah,
week
some
were
of the
like
cool things.
instantly
Oops, they're just
snapped up.
gone. They're just gone because people, I think, are, if you're not traveling, you're planning on traveling, right? Or hoping to travel, wishing you could travel. Great thing to plan for, I think, during the holidays. I
What's
think it's
Liz
super
doing?
fun.
Here we go. Was supposed to have girls and fam come over this weekend for VC's birthday, but canceled due to 2 family members that were at school near someone. that
Oh,
got
I'm sorry,
COVID.
Liz.
Yeah.
I think we all have those stories of like
Yes.
being right on the edge of like having plans and then it's canceled, but you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, yeah. They also had to cancel Christmas
Aw.
together, and then we have Deb.
Traveling from state to state is a little harder. Some states require you to quarantine for. Yeah, that's true. Staying in Michigan for that reason. Yeah,
Good
Ooh.
plan.
it's true. I mean, you can't just go hang out somewhere for a few days. 2
Yeah.
weeks is a big commitment.
Yeah,
So-
but you're still at it in December in Michigan. That's pretty committed.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, cool. Most people
I agree,
would-
but we're Texans, so, you know.
Well, I would think that I don't know, but I guess
We don't
I
know.
think I hear that people, on the forums, a lot of people have been talking it time to put it in storage and winterize.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
They're from that part of the world,
Yeah, we love the hardy campers.
Yeah, we do. We can easily go 2 or 3 years without thinking of in a moment that we need to winterize down here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think we had some cold snaps at the end of last year. So we had maybe 20 gallons of antifreeze left over. And we've had it get down to freezing or almost freezing a couple of nights already. I think we still have like 9 of those gallons left. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just not a thing here.
we're talking
It's just
freezing,
not.
freezing for the
It's
last
very crazy.
3 hours of the night.
I know,
And then
so
it comes
nobody
right
worries
back up.
about it. It's really crazy, but different world than what they have to deal with
Sure.
in Michigan.
Sure.
But I think that will happen. There will be people who are planning on getting together, and at the last minute, somebody's sick, somebody's exposed. Kelsey actually is at home sick right now, and she tested negative. My daughter in New York, she tested negative, but she doesn't go anywhere. She does really so little. She goes to the park and goes home. So she's like, well, I guess I'll spend Christmas in my room.
Ugh.
So
Have you already shipped your packages?
not yet.
Oh boy.
We'll have virtual Christmas.
Yeah, but are you going to ship her stuff to open on virtual Christmas?
I don't know. I was so good at it last year.
I was
And
gonna
this
say,
year I
tough.
guess I was thinking, I don't know, we're all hoping to
Okay,
travel.
it's the 11th. You have time.
Okay.
but
it's
you
the
won't
11th.
tomorrow.
All right. Well, these guys keep me straight. I guess I have to deal with that.
We
but
like camping in the winter.
Yeah.
plans,
You're
plans will
crazy.
change.
You're crazy. Camping in the winter is so
No.
much work. You need so much more stuff.
Well, if your trailer's already set up, then it's the same. It's
Hey, more power to you. Some people are winter campers.
I
am
firmly
not.
believe if you have your system already in place, your trailer is already set up, then all seasons become that much easier. But the trailer you're in, just you've been out a couple times in it. It's still
Yeah, but just
getting
in
to that
general,
place.
I don't want to be outside when it's cold. Period.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be cool to take just 1 hour, take a walk in the snow, wander around?
For an hour?
Yeah, an hour. Guys, help me out
Hour?
here. An hour.
I'll like poke my head out of the trailer and be like, "Oh, the snow is so pretty."
Oh man,
But
can
my
I
nose
ship
is
her
cold.
up to visit one of
No.
you guys? Can you train her up?
Not if there's snow.
Mm,
I want to look at it, but not touch it.
but it's not cold always like it is cold here. When it's cold here, it's 80, 90 degrees, 90% humidity, and the wind's blowing, and then anybody's miserable. But if you don't have that, it's beautiful.
I don't know. I have camped cold, but it was Texas cold, so there's no snow. It's just cold. And those are still some of my favorite memories, though it wasn't easy camping. I think I've camped in Colorado, but it was summer camping at altitude, so it got below freezing at night, but during the day it was, comfy and fly fishing. I don't know. I haven't had the real snow camping experience.
All right, well, let's put that on our list. We need to all camp in the snow at least once. Come on, in the near future,
It's a
test it
9-hour
out.
drive
Come
to get
on.
to
In the
snow.
near future, there's no snow.
In the next, year or two, we'll do it.
Less to heat, you have a Soul Horizon. Yeah, so I'm camping in a Soul Dawn, even smaller. And the heat is
Easier
not a
to heat.
problem at all. Like, I got super warm.
She just doesn't want to go outside
but
the heat.
I don't want to go outside when it's cold, and so I'd rather just stay home instead of pack up all my stuff into a camper and then sit in the camper. I don't know. It's a mindset.
We'll keep working. We'll keep working at it.
I mean, thankfully, I only have to not camp for like 2 months. The rest of it is not winter.
That's true.
there you
Texas is pretty warm. Getting warmer every year, I think.
Yeah. So Deb says they have a 4-season trailer. Did wonderful in the snow. Totally amazing watching the snow fall while in the trailer.
Okay, that does sound kind of
You have to
magical.
do it.
Come on.
That sounds kind
See,
of magical.
That sounds like the dream. You have your coffee or your hot cocoa. You have some Christmas tunage going. You have I think we mentioned this before. One of my favorite things is quilts. I like to bring quilts with me.
Uh-huh.
Have your quilts and all that set up. You can have some really special scenario going.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree.
All
I
right.
agree. Fun
I'll
things.
try it.
All right, we'll just keep working on her. Anyway, it's Christmas. We'll be traveling. Some of you will be staying at home, but I don't know. We will, what will we do? We will be right here, most likely, doing what we always do and not camping.
Actually, when I visit my family, I'm probably going
Oh,
to take
that's
the trailer.
right. When are you going?
Well, I'll probably do the weekend before, probably Victoria area,
The
Victoria,
weekend before
Texas.
Christmas?
Uh
Okay.
huh. Because this kind of spreads out our travels and who we're seeing. So if something happens, we can space things out and protect people. So that'll be down south-ish Texas. Not really, more Gulf Coast-ish Texas, Victoria. And then we'll probably swing through Central Texas, Rockdale, and then we'll swing up kind of Armpit, Texas, and Snyder.
Well, I bet you didn't recognize any of those places.
What?
No.
Who's not heard of Snyder, Texas?
Yeah. Snyder. Well, they used to have a bowling alley. Remember Brandon worked in our service
Yeah.
department? His
Yeah.
grandfather had the bowling alley. It's gone now, right?
Well, the building's still there. I think it just changed. I'd have to check. My
Well,
wife.
we
used to
don't
go
know
there.
what's still in Snyder, Texas.
If you're in Central Texas and you're going to go skiing in Colorado, you pretty much have to go through Snyder, Texas, and that's about all there is to it. It's cotton fields, now windmills, and tumbleweed.
Riveting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll be in the middle of no man's land
Yes.
at ranches, camping. Sounds fun.
Yep, it's another way to take my kids out there, camp, and to have the space if we need it, while around family.
Yep.
So-
Great thing to do at the holidays. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes, all of this is where that's where the lane started, right there where
Right
the
here,
wall
this
is.
our green
Wall.
wall is where
That's where the
where you
lanes
would
went.
drop the ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sitting on a ball return right now. Liz knows Snyder. Hey, it's a nice place to relax because what else is there to do?
No, it's Snyder. But Texas is
Oh, look at that.
Full
Jason
of
worked
those towns.
here.
You worked here?
what?
No kidding.
What?
Have you been here since? Because it's funny.
Wow. Well, I would love to hear all about what it was like working here. I bet that was interesting. Yeah, because I think it changed hands in 2004. I might be wrong, but I think so. And I didn't know any of the owners or anything, so we just ended up with a building full of bowling lanes and equipment and cold beer. That's how it was when we bought it. I
Yeah.
thought it was perfect,
Uh-huh.
perfectly suited for us.
Yeah. So Liz said the only grass in Snyder was at the junior college. That's where my father-in-law has been a professor and dean for his entire career almost. It's at Western Texas Junior College in Snyder. So the green grass was the golf course and the baseball field.
Wow, that's so crazy. Yeah, we're all Texans. My husband Richard was from West Texas. Grew up in all those little
Yep.
places. He lived in Snyder when he was a kid. My husband did. He also lived in Post. He also lived in
Post.
Albany.
Yep, Winters.
Levelland. A bunch of places.
Levels.
So, Levelland, Texas.
Well, that's the funny thing is up there, level land is probably flat.
It's the
Yeah.
whole.
Yeah,
every one of those
absolutely.
places is
Plainview
Levelland.
is
Yeah.
flat.
It's level land.
It's like, let's name this for what it is. It's plain.
Yeah.
If there's no person
It's
to
flat.
name it after.
Longview, Texas is flat.
A bazillion places out in West Texas that are tiny little towns that all look the same. But there's some cool stuff out there. Chet Garner always shows us the best of Nowheresville. And so if you're traveling through Texas, let us know. Look up Chet Garner. Look at all the cool
day
things to
tripper.
do with the day tripper in those little tiny towns because
Yeah.
they have gems.
Yeah.
Mostly just good barbecue.
Oh no. There is an amazing art gallery in the old jail where my husband was on occasion. In Albany. It's a great art gallery.
Yeah.
So
what have you learned?
There's great things. Great things out there in West Texas. Really amazing. Amazing stuff out there. Fun little gems.
Yeah.
So
that's another thing. We are going to be looking for input from you
from everyone.
on little out of the way places in your travels. They can be in Texas or they can be anywhere. But if you found a little gem that is off to the side of just next to the beaten path, could you drop us a line somehow? In the comments is fine. Canyon, Texas, absolutely. But drop us a line somehow, either here in these comments or when you think of it.
Comment on RV Small Talk podcast. That's really the
The
best way to
Facebook
reach us.
page,
Facebook
yeah.
page, yep.
Tell us what you like about it, where you stayed, if there was a park you really liked or something like that.
Or a
restaurant
diner,
you ate at, yeah.
or a nice pit stop you made, a museum that you found,
You can share it with
a
everybody.
Yeah.
festival that you stumbled across, like in Poteet or Luling, where they had the watermelon thump.
But it smells so bad.
Luling?
Yes.
It's,
Sorry, that's
So Luling is known. No, it's Lockhart.
No,
No,
it's
Luling stinks.
Luling.
Luling smells like oil, and
So how are you supposed to have a watermelon thump when it
But
just
they're so
smells?
used to
Isn't
it.
Luling where
smells
the
like
three
money.
famous barbecue places are?
No, Lockhart.
That's
That's
Lockhart.
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 Okay. All the L's run together, and then we have Lampasas,
Uh-huh.
and it just, I get all confused.
It's lamp ass.
Lamp ass.
And
So
suddenly,
find a tiny place that you love. Tell us a few cool spots there. We'll check it out. We're gonna try to feature a few cool places
There it
to go.
Smells
he,
like
he
money.
knows. That's
Yeah,
That's
it
wh-
stinks, Jason. It
Yeah,
stinks.
it does smell like money. I am with you, but
more money.
but
more
anyway,
problems.
we're gonna try to feature some of the cool places that you guys know that we don't on the podcast, and might be some perks in it for you. So if you have any ideas, pass them on.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm ready to travel.
Very good. Very
Too
good.
bad I'm not.
I think that's what you said the last podcast.
That's what I'll say every podcast. I'm ready to go.
Okay. Well, excellent. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. If you're on your lunch break, thanks for taking time with us. If you're out chilling, if your Friday, your weekend's already started, thanks for joining us again. We really appreciate the time that you spend with us and the comments and all that. If you have any thoughts, any questions after this broadcast is ended, do go over to the RV Small Talk Facebook page or the RV Small Talk community. Post them there. We love the input. We really want to see those things get going, and we would like to make better content for you. But we want to make sure it's targeted to you. Feed us, we'll feed you back. That's just so weird, right?
Yeah, that was.
That was
Sorry,
weird.
that was
Just
awkward.
say
That's,
that.
Just disregard Clint. Sometimes he just doesn't know what he's saying. It just comes out.
that's right.
You're doing great, Clint.
I blither and I blather.
You're doing real great. What Clint is trying to say is thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining us. And next Friday, we'll be right here at noon.
All right, everybody. We will see you next time.